Now it's 6 o'clock. Portland City Council met yesterday for 15 hours to discuss the city's budget. They came up with lots of suggested changes to the mayor's budget proposal. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz is going to walk us through all of that coming up in our top story.
And a man is in custody after 2 Israeli embassy staffers were shot and killed in Washington, D.C. last night.
Free Palestine!
NBC's Alice Barr will give us a live update at 6:25.
Coming up later this hour, we're breaking down Boeing's latest safety report and why some workers are still skeptical.
And do you have what it takes to be an FBI agent? Well, the Portland field office is hiring. We'll tell you some of their requirements as your 6 o'clock hour sunrise starts right now.
Anything else you want to do with your...
Usually our mics are clipped right there. I was trying to get ready for the newscast to give you guys the best that I have. But on that note, good morning and thank you for joining us on a Thursday.
Rod and Chris, you saw in that video, we're talking about the FBI tests.
Yeah.
Push-ups are part of the testing. So honestly, real quickly, guys, go around the horn. How many push-ups do you think you could really do start to finish without stopping?
3.
3 push-ups. Chris?
I know George just wants to demonstrate his work.
Chris?
How many?
Chris?
10.
Rod?
Oh, Chris can do more than 10. I'm going to say I could do 20 if I had to.
Whoa! Oh, we're going to put that to the test, Rod Hill.
Drew and Rod on the desk.
20's not that many.
For some,
I need to take off my jacket to remind you of
talking about you.
my physique.
Not the average human. We're talking about you.
Put those away. Put it away.
All right, here we go. We've got scattered showers. That kind of hurt, actually. We've got scattered showers and storms that have been racing around the Burns area out in southeastern Oregon. We'll keep an eye on that. That storm chance out east continues today, by the way. Here on the west side, this is light rain. It's not solid. You can see kind of scattered areas. A pretty good area of rain, light rain right now out along the coast. And there's our Snickwins Casino Resort camera showing the clouds, and the same thing from the Wells Fargo camera. So the cloud deck is solid. You may or may not encounter some light rain showers depending on your travels as you step outside. We're 54 under the clouds. The rest of the day, once we get past 8 o'clock, I think mainly dry. Temperature high today, 66. Here's 10 push-up Chris.
Rod, if you could do 20 push-ups, you can probably push the car out of the way that's blocking the Max Blue Line tracks out near Rockwood Transit Center. TriMet reporting this a little while ago. Right now they're using shuttle buses to serve stops between 172nd and Cleveland. So just be aware of some delays there. Back to the freeway drive. We do have a closure in Washington County. Highway 47 south of Dilley or west of Dilley closed since very early this morning. There is a local detour in place. Your freeway drive this morning is still in pretty good shape. Rod mentioned some rain. You can see some dampness on the roads. But guys, as we take a quick tour around our ODOT cameras here, we're still pretty close to a speed limit clip.
All right. Thank you, Chris. A Portland City Council meeting stretched for 15 hours as councilors proposed more than 100 amendments to Mayor Keith Wilson's budget proposal.
So this comes as the city faces a budget shortfall of more than $90 million. We have Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz covering this for us outside City Hall. Thomas, before we get to all that was covered during this marathon meeting, what do you think Rod Hill would say if we told him we're going to meet at 9 o'clock this morning and we're not going to finish the meeting until midnight?
Where's the food?
I think Rod would say, I'll tune in until about 5 and then
check out,
meet up with you guys later, figure out what was discussed a little bit later, maybe tomorrow at 9 o'clock again. And guys, I mean, look, this was a meeting which there was just a ton of ideas thrown out there. It's really hard to grapple with and get your mind around just how many ideas were thrown out there. Portland City Councilors, the 12 of them, between the 12, came up with 126 proposed amendments. And a lot of Portland people, residents, had a lot to say as well. Enough signed up that it would have taken 7.5 hours to get everybody a chance to speak. Eventually, the city council decided to give them 2 hours. At the core of it, many people wanted to touch on public safety. Mayor Keith Wilson's budget would add almost $20 million to the collective budgets of police, fire, and Portland street response. At the same time, the city's facing a deficit of more than $90 million. And while some speakers support the effort to increase policing, others say different priorities should take precedent.
So I'm here to support the mayor's budget when it comes to fully funding the police so we can hire the amount of people that we need to support Portlanders and the victims that are here.
Police cannot solve our housing affordability crisis. Luxury apartments sit vacant while people languish on waiting lists for affordable housing. Police cannot change the fact that Oregon was number 49 and 50 in the nation for substance use and mental health treatment access.
Now, eventually, councilors did get around to discussing maybe changing the budget for police. That led Police Chief Bob Day to get up to the dais and provide his input.
And we have been talking about this since the 1st of January, and we've been talking about this for almost 35 years of my service in the Police Bureau. And the reckoning is it a priority or is it not? I believe it is.
And this was, of course, a big topic, but it was just one of a bunch of different topics discussed at, once again, this 15-hour-long meeting yesterday. Another big one that we're going to talk about a little bit later, coming up at 7, is an idea by a couple of city councilors to reallocate more than $10 million from Portland Prosper, the economic development agency of Portland, and put it in different funds. Guys.
Thomas, thank you. In your other local headlines this morning, the man accused of trying to kidnap a teenage girl in Vancouver earlier this month has pleaded not guilty. 31-year-old Cameron Parish was represented by his lawyer in court yesterday. Parish is facing multiple charges here, including attempted kidnapping and assault. The morning of May 6, deputies say he tried to force a 13-year-old girl into his car at gunpoint as she was heading to her bus stop. His bail remains at $10 million. Parish will be back in court on June 6th. His trial is slated for June 16th.
Oregon State Police arrested an accused drug trafficker after finding 60 pounds of powdered fentanyl inside his car. Officers arrested Mexican national Jose Uribe Camerlinga during a traffic stop Tuesday on I-5 near Albany. He's charged with possession of fentanyl with the intent to distribute. Portland police, meanwhile, are in the middle of a week-long mission to help find people using drugs in public and try to get them help.
So today, police will focus their efforts on Portland's Central East Side. Tomorrow, they'll head over to the Goose Hollow Stadium District. So far this week, officers focused on the Pearl District and Cooch Park. By late yesterday, police say that they led at least 34 people into deflection. Deflection Program Supervisor Natalie Amar says their efforts have made a core connection, the first step in building a relationship and eventually accepting help for drug addiction.
The model is designed to allow people to encounter deflection multiple times so that connection to services can be there when they're ready.
Police have also arrested at least 32 people. Many arrests were for more than just drug use. But over the last 10 months, police say that they've arrested 50 alleged drug dealers, and all 50 are still in custody. You know, this morning, a Portland jury awarded 10 victims of the 2020 Labor Day fires about $50 million. So this is the latest damages trial in a nearly 5-year class action lawsuit against power company PacifiCorp. The trials follow a jury verdict in 2023, which held PacifiCorp liable for allegedly causing the fires. There have been 7 trials so far. 5 more are scheduled for this year.
Before we get to Rod's Thursday forecast, we're shining the sunrise spotlight on Shriners Gardens out there in Salem. 100 years young this year, the gardens are. It's also the largest iris farm in the U.S., and this time of the year is a big time of the year out there because it's bloom season time. So you can check out the gardens for yourself every day through Sunday, June 1st. The hours are 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. There are a few more things happening on the weekends if you want to wait until then. Only 2 weekends left for bloom season. You can find more information at shrinersgardens.com.
I don't know if it's just me as a woman or me with the kid still inside of her, but anytime I see flowers like that, I just want to run through it and laugh.
You threw me off there when you said a kid inside of you. I thought you were announcing something.
No. Let's not put that on Twitter.
Okay, fair enough. No, it's pretty cool, Rod, that they've been doing this now for so long. And the fact that this farm has been family owned and operated for 100 years. I think they're now in the 4th generation of family members who are running the plant down there.
So, China, have you really done that? Gone, what'd you say? Fa la 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 la? How'd you do that through the?
Laughing, running through flowers. Yeah,
you have done that.
You have to.
Well, all right. Well, I want to see a video next time. Here's a look at our radar. Well, one thing we are watching to series up for a moment is a thunderstorm threat out across southeastern areas of our state. There's a heavy rain cell right now, and there has been thunder and lightning detected out this way. On the west side, it's just been all light rain showers. Right now, it's raining pretty steadily through the gorge on 84, with light rain being reported out near the Dalles. We got this large area of rain from the Central Coast starting to move into McMinnville. We've had some rain, but mainly traceable amounts as far as I know in Portland. Now, with that said, the bricks look wet this morning. Temperature 54, some light rain reported out at PDX, and with the cloudiness solid and low, we're all 50 or better for the most part. This does show Happy Valley at 49 degrees, West Lynn 52. Good morning to you. And there's Kaiser and Salem at 51, and Albany and Corvallis and Dallas at 51 degrees this morning. Futurecast shows once we get into the 8 o'clock hour, most of the light rain activity we're going to see here in the valley will come to an end. And then for the remainder of today, a lot of clouds, but not much rain around. Prince William, real quick, is our KGW dog of the day. Got a sock in the mouth there. Great shot. Use that email, dogoftheday@kgw.com, to send us your photos. Your dog will be our dog of the day. 66 today. All dry starting tomorrow. 80s for the weekend. That scattered shower threat still in the forecast on Memorial Day Monday, and that is your update.